Hey, it is showtime. I am so excited to be here with you guys on tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Typically and traditionally, it has been a tradition now. I'll say tradition, just started in February. But the Cat with Chat is traditionally and will return back to Mondays on Monday, this coming up Monday. But due to Easter Monday and the Easter weekend, the holiday and everything, I scheduled for Wednesday at 6:15, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys on tonight. Thank you so much for joining everyone who was out there look in TV land, well, on in YouTube Vision, and on with us now. Thank you so much. Hey, Peg, thank you so much for joining. So on tonight, I just want to give a great big shout out of my prayers, actually, my prayers and condolences to the Long family for their loss on tonight. We're in prayer for you. We're praying that God's comfort just keeps you and cuddles you, and just does what it does, and He does everything so well. So we're so thankful and gracious for the love of God that covers and keeps us, that restores and renews. Hey, you guys, and I don't know if I already said, but hopefully you already know, but I'm Kat, and this is the Chat with Kat and Friends show, and I'm so excited to be here with you on tonight. Thank you for joining. I feel like I did kind of rush around at the last minute, and then, you know what? I felt hungry all of a sudden. Have you ever, just a few minutes ago, like an hour ago, probably, I was not hungry. I was like, no, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to stop and get anything to eat. But all of a sudden, I just wanted to eat. I was real hungry. So I had to make sure my face was all good because I had 2 bites of some pizza. But it's all good. I did a little mirror check and my little selfie check and everything. So it's all good. And I want y'all to tell me, don't laugh at me. Don't talk about me. Not too bad anyway. But if you see your little, I had a little pizza. I got a little hungry at the last minute. I hate when that happens. But anywho, we are here right now, and I have an awesome guest for us on this evening. Belinda McGlotten is with us of Club and Cycle. Whatever questions that you guys may have concerning her establishment, it is a fitness club, a fitness environment. I have not been yet. I'm working on my knee, pat on my back. If you guys have checked out any of my videos earlier this week, I want to say just yesterday, I did start walking again. My knee has been giving me so much trouble, and I just felt like, why bother? Why bother? Because I don't want it to hurt, and excuse after excuse after excuse. You done it too. I know it's not just me. You did it too. So, but anyway, I started walking yesterday, and you know what? I went again today. Yay me! So pat me on the back, because I did it again, and that's what I was saying, right? That's what I was saying, that I'll start really, rejoicing and giving. Well, I'm going to rejoice anyhow, but I'm going to be like on myself, with good strokes to myself on my back and everything, because when I start doing it day to day. So today was my second day. I am going to pat myself. We got to start somewhere. So just get started. That is the point, to just get started, right? It doesn't have to be huge and monumentous, and you ain't got to walk these far, long miles and all of that. Just get started. So that's what I've done. Look, I'm trying to walk what I talk, because I did post that yesterday, walk what I talk and all of that, and do it just so. So let me bring on Belinda. She is at work in the studio on today. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed and honored to have her on with us on tonight, taking out this time in between classes. She is an instructor there, you guys, and she is in between classes right now. So let me bring her on without further ado. Let's go back. Hey, Belinda.
Hi. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Hey, and she's sending her hey to everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight.
Yes.
You are between classes, right?
Yes. So there's a class actually going on right now, so you can hear it. So I apologize for the music. But it's just the nature of my life right now.
No worries.
Yeah.
It's not an interference at all. We can hear you just fine. We can see you just fine. Lovely you. Look, glowing you. She's in it, y'all. She's in it, y'all. But thank you so much for joining us. Look, I forgot to post my little Oh, Peggy's here. I forgot to post my little statement, but anywho, let's press on. So you are a co-owner of Club and Cycle. So
Yes.
who owns it with you? Because you have a partner. Is it just
Yes.
two of you or more? How many?
Yeah, so my partner and I, Janelle, we own the studio Club and Cycle, and I'm an instructor as well. So not only am I an owner, I'm also an instructor. Janelle, we came together because she was the operator at a former studio where we used to work. So we kind of have the best of both worlds. Like where she's strong, I'm weak. Where I'm strong, she's weak, and it just is a perfect partnership that I truly believe was ordained by God, because it just is amazing how it all came together and how it all manifested and has worked itself out.
Wow, that's awesome. So you guys, so had you owned a business previous to this? Is this your first time in the, business owner realm? What have you done before as far as business wise?
Well, for me, I had owned like an event planning business, but that was very short lived.
Okay.
So this is officially my first, I would say my first business, like diving in,
Yeah.
owning it, operating it, running it from, on a day-to-day basis. So yes, I would say this is my first.
Wow. Let me tell you, we are sister friends, girlfriends from Church
Yes,
Abundant
yes.
Harvest Ministries. We love you. And I just want you to know that I am so just proud of you. I'm proud of like what you guys have done because it was your idea. Like, how did it start? How did it start? Like Club and Cycle, and where did the name come from? How did you guys start and say, hey, let's do this? We're good.
So we worked together at a studio called Club Cycle, and that
Mhm.
studio was closing. So Janelle and I decided to kind of open Club and Cycle and kind of carry along those clients with us from Club to Cycle. So Club and Cycle is kind of, if you see my shirt, Club and Cycle,
Uh-huh.
we thrive off of being a club atmosphere. I like to call it Baltimore's healthy version of a nightclub. So where you can come here, get your party on, but in a healthy way. So
Okay.
now, you know how some people are like, well, I'm gonna go to the club, I'm gonna get my life. That's kind of like a saying,
Yeah.
girl, go get your life. Well, you really come here, you get your life, but you get it healthy in a healthy way. You're drinking water, you're riding on the bike, you're exercising, and you're fellowshipping with other people who are like-minded. So it's more than just physical here. It's like an atmosphere. A lot of people refer to it as their happy place. This is my happy place. Even though I'm exhausted and it's a lot of work, when I come in here, I feel happy because I feel like this is what I was made to do.
That's so awesome. Wow, that's so awesome. So before I press on any further, Peggy wants to know, where are you located?
So we are actually like right up the street from Abundant Harvest. We are 7130 Ambassador Road, Windsor Mill, Maryland. So if you know where Martin's West is, we're right up the street from Martin's West.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And all of the information, you guys, will be placed on the comment section of this video on my YouTube channel, The Pat with the Chat and Friends. You'll find all of the information to reach Belinda, to find out where Club and Cycle is, just in case you join later and you kind of miss the address. We'll state it again. It will be there in the video. Oh my goodness, and everything has been working out great with you guys. I know your time is limited. So we want to get in as much as we can so that you can keep on doing what it is that you were born to do, because you're doing it well, girl. You're doing it well.
Thank you.
So as a queen in business, what would you say is the most challenging aspect of having a Black-owned business? What would you say is challenging?
Well, having a Black-owned business, I think the most challenging thing is, and I think this is with any business, no matter the race, is having to do everything. Like I said, as a small business owner, you have you're mopping the floors, you're cleaning the bathrooms, you're doing the marketing, you're doing the business. So having to do everything, and then With being a Black-owned business in this day and age, racism still exists. We did a story on Channel 13, and we got a racist phone call. Actually, someone I couldn't believe it in this day and age. So I think that's another struggle is there is still racism, subtle racism, overt racism that still exists. So having a business as a minority, not only being Black but being female, I kind of feel like we have to work a little harder. We have to be we have to be like always on our A game, professional, customer service, all of it has to be on point. So it's just very important for us to kind of make sure we dot all of our I's and cross all of our T's, because we just know that we're held to a higher standard, as a Black and female owned business.
Right. Wow. Hey, Lady Robin. Hey, look, I totally get you. I am not a big business owner just yet. It is on the way. Thank you, Jesus. But we see racism and things like that, unfortunately, almost every day, indirectly, and then in subtle ways, just like you said. And it's just awful. And I'm grieved to know that you guys received a phone call at that juncture, and that's just, but you're pressing on and you're pressing in.
Yes.
What would you say are the best highlights for you, or have been? Because you guys just celebrated a 1-year anniversary. What day was that exactly? Was your 1 year anniversary?
April 1st, yes. We actually opened April 1st, 2020, with virtual classes, because by the time we were set to open, the executive order had already mandated fitness centers to close. So before we can even open our doors, we were told that we couldn't legally. We couldn't legally. So that was like one of the biggest hurdles, but we opened anyway, April 1st with virtual classes. So that was kind of a highlight to hit the year mark of being open. And now we have in-person classes. So just to see how far we've come in that year, even though it's been challenges, beyond belief, to be able to know that we've sustained 1 year, not only 1 year as a business owner, which is hard enough, but 1 year in a pandemic. At the start of a pandemic. So it felt great, but to feel like you are serving a purpose that's bigger than you, that's the push behind the power. Like that's the reason, that's the motivation, because it's something bigger than me, it's something bigger than Janelle. We know that there are people that come through our doors every day, whether it's virtual or in person, that value what it is that we offer, and we don't take that for granted, and we don't take that lightly. We are open, 7 days a week for classes.
Awesome! Wow, since you brought up the pandemic and everything like that, I have so many other questions. So I'm going to try not to talk too fast and trying to fill everything. And I know I won't get to everything. Oh my goodness, yes, congratulations, over the board, congratulations, because you made it a whole year and then some, and also because it was during a pandemic. So what was your first reaction to once the mandate came down that fitness centers and gyms and things like that were supposed to close? Like, what did you do? How did you feel about that?
I think we were taking it day by day, watching the news, watching the executive orders. We kind of felt like it was coming, because we just noticed how everything was gradually shutting down. So we kind of paid attention to other states as well that had closed before Maryland, and we kind of noticed what some of the other spin studios were doing, and we saw that they were doing virtual classes, which that was not in our business plan. They were also renting bikes. That was not in our business plan. But when you have a purpose that's bigger than you, and we said we were going to open April 1st, it's almost, we were just, what are we going to do? We got it. Let's rent these bikes. My husband delivered the bikes to people. Let's do virtual classes, because we know that even though people are in their homes in quarantine, they still desire the service that we offer. And just because we couldn't do it in person, we kind of scrambled, pivoted, changed our business model, and rented bikes and did virtual classes. So it was a huge challenge for us to overcome. But I think when you are doing something that you're so passionate about, you find a way. You know, you will find a way to make it happen. And I think that drove us even more as business owners to be more, steadfast in what it is that we want to do and not willing to give up so easily. Because we could have just said, oh, well, we're not going to open. We signed our lease in March. So we were set to open April 1st. So I think the key is the passion behind whatever it is, that you're doing. When you have that passion, there's nothing that can make you quit or can stop you, not even a pandemic. You just have to find ways to adapt. You just have to find ways to push forward, and you just have to find ways to fulfill the purpose that God put in you. And it is possible, the devil will not win.
Right. Amen. Yes. Amen. I hope you guys got all of what the lady Belinda, the Queen Belinda just shared with us. Just the perseverance in itself. Because you could have said, you know what, we're going to push the date back. But then, who knows, you would probably just be opening if you would have did that. So, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that it didn't stop you, that you adapted and overcame. I was in the military, and that's a part of one of the monicums that we say and that we do, and how it pushes you to persevere and just push on because you adapt and overcome, because things changes will happen, challenges will come. Just adapt to whatever it is the best way that you can, and plug away, make your way through it. And you guys did that, and you are victorious in it, so congratulations. And yes, it's just awesome. It's just wonderful. So just a couple more questions. You are so welcome. Just a couple more questions. Does anybody where did your business, okay, you wanted to have a cycling business, kind of resembling the one that you were just working for, but to open a business, what inside of you made you feel like you could do this? Like, is there someone in your family? Is it something that you discussed growing up, like being a business owner, keeping having the mindset to go in that way? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think owning a business is something that I aspired to do when I was younger. And a lot of people may not aspire to do that. But I think it was through being a spin instructor and then just being passionate about instructing spin class, and having the relationship that I had with the riders, that made me feel like this is something that I could do on a larger scale. This is something that and what, God speaks to you in so many different ways. My cousin, I did a Facebook post about one of my classes as an instructor, and my cousin said, he messaged me on Facebook, and he said, oh, I'm so proud of you as an instructor. Is that your studio? Do you own it? And I was like, oh, my cousin said, do you own it? I said, oh, and my answer was no, I don't. But you know what I put in my response? I just put not yet, because he didn't realize it, but at that time he kind of spoke into me, and when he spoke, it made me. I felt something on the inside, this is something that I could see myself. I could see myself doing. And whether you have the business expertise or the business skills or not, if it's something that's within you, you get the right people in your circle and you will figure it out. You don't have to be an expert in all the different areas that it takes to run a business. You just have to get the right people in your circle.
Right. That's awesome. So those words spoke life into you. We know the Bible says, and we live by, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So thank you, cousin. Thank you, cousin.
Thank you, cousin.
Into you in order for you to just feel like Okay,
Yes.
this is something you never even thought of. So you guys, that is a great takeaway from you. And even if it's not something that you're thinking about, but just something that you're working in, because a lot of times as people of service and givers and things like that, we get so used to working in the background, and we're great. We're content with it. It works.
Yes.
But
Yes.
when that time comes and the door opens and opportunity avails, that's when, okay, I'm stepping up to the occasion. I'm going to rise to the occasion, and you did just that. And I thank God for you and Janelle. That's your business partners.
Yes.
For you guys just hanging in there, for you hanging tough. And I'm sure, it's other people. You got a team. You got a whole. Is it a team of you guys that kind of work? Because how many instructors do you have?
Well, we have 6 instructors, and our instructors are basically the lifeline behind Club and Cycle. People come to the studio for the instructors. So without the instructors, there is no Club and Cycle. We have a front desk staff member. Without the people that bring this all together, there really is no Club and Cycle. So there is power in numbers. There's power in valuing the people that bring value to your business. And we are so grateful to have such a talented team of instructors, as well as the passion that they have. You can see that it carries throughout all of us. We're all very passionate, not only about spin, but just in general about health. And we tell everybody to find your why, which my church says, find your why for why do you want to be healthy and fit. And if your why is big enough, you won't quit when the times get hard. I heard you say that you were walking consistently, this week. And, I tell everybody, find your why for why you want to be healthy and fit, so that when you are challenged and you just, it gets hard and you want to give up, you remember your why, and that keeps you from giving up, and that keeps you consistent and motivated. Yes.
Wow. Yes, because we've got to encourage ourselves, you guys, in this journey. We do depend. I won't say depend, but it's so nice to have other people to flank around us and kind of pour into our lives. There are those times and those moments that nobody else knows, and we have to be able to encourage ourselves and based on our why, just like you said, to uplift us, to encourage us and push us to do the things that's so challenging and so hard at the moment. And it's a moment. It's a moment. In many cases, it's just a moment. So I pray that you guys are catching these nuggets. I'm so thankful for you being here tonight, Belinda, and sharing with us. It's courageous. It's been a courageous adventure. It sounds like a courageous adventure, just making it through this whole time. And when I go on your website, I do see that you guys, you're like a family. You're like a close-knit family, and you are proud of the instructors, everyone who's working there, and you guys all work together to kind of make the environment that you want it to be, make it inviting and like the party atmosphere, and just you wanna get fit, So I appreciate that, and that's just what I got from the flyer. You guys, I have not been there yet. I have not been there yet. But want to get the word out so that everybody knows. Please share this video with your friends. Share it with your family and all of those things. Get the word out to know that right here in Baltimore, Maryland, in the Windsor Mill area, we have a Club and Cycle Fitness Club, right? Club and Cycle Fitness Club.
Indoor cycling. So we offer indoor cycling classes primarily right now, but we are, hoping to be able to venture and to do other things. But we're known for indoor cycling. I tell people I can spin every day because it's something that I'm in love with spin. So and I see the benefits, and I see that it's more than just a physical benefit. For me, there's a mental, there's an emotional benefit that I get from getting on the bike and pedaling to music. I can't explain it, but experience it, and if it's something that's for you, it's a healthy addiction. It's something healthy, a healthy habit that you can adapt into your life and make it a part of your lifestyle. I have rheumatoid arthritis, so it's an autoimmune disease that attacks my joints. So I can't do high impact exercises. So I can do spin, which allows me high intensity with low impact. So that's another reason for my why, because, I'm in love with spin for so many different reasons.
It sounds like as you're explaining, it sounds like one of the perfect exercises for me as well. I'm having some joint discomfort right now, but I look forward to stopping by and checking out your classes. So moving right along, we are in the midst of social distancing and wearing your mask and all of those things. Can you share with us, just so everyone can know and get in their minds of what measures are you guys taking to to protect your customers that are indoors now? Because now you have indoor classes. What kind of measures are being taken to protect everyone?
Okay, so our clients, it's important for them to feel welcomed here and to feel safe here and to feel valued here. We have classes in our studio, we have classes in our warehouse. Our studio and our warehouse can hold well over 35 bikes, okay? In our studio, we only have 8. We have 10 bikes right now. We had 8, now we have 10. They are 6 feet apart. In our warehouse, we only have 15 bikes, and they are spaced apart. We wear masks during class. The bikes are sprayed before and after class with a disinfectant machine, and we do temperature checks as well. So the safety of our clients is our number one priority, not the numbers. We want our clients to feel safe here and welcomed here and valued here. So, even though we could really put more bikes in our studio and more bikes in our warehouse, we really value being able to tell our clients that the capacity is limited. The bikes are safely spaced apart. We do temperature checks as well as sanitize the bikes with a disinfectant sprayer machine before and after classes.
Awesome. And I read that on your website. I just wanted you guys to hear that and know that when you go on the website, all of these things, all of the precautions that they're taking are listed online as you go from page to page. It is listed there. So just wanted to get it out just in case you are wondering that, because it is of great importance, especially right now when things are opening and restrictions are being lifted in so many places in so many states. We do want to ensure that we're going to places that have the same safety measures in mind, and the care in mind. And Club and Cycle certainly does. Hey, Uncle Frankie. Club and Cycle certainly does. So we're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes because I know that you have to go. Share with us, can you share with us the address once again, where Club and Cycle is located, the website as well, and any other pertinent information you'd like to share, any specials that you guys have coming up?
So our address is 7130 Ambassador Road. That's Windsor Mill 21244. Our website is clubandcycle.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. And, we do drop-in classes. We also have, packages that you can purchase as well. But for someone who's just starting out, I encourage you to come in. Our beginner night is Thursday night, but you're welcome to take any class. So I encourage you to come in, take a class, and when you sign up for a class, you sign up on our website, arrive 15 minutes early so that we can get you set up and make sure that you have the best experience possible for your first time spinning at Club and Cycle. So it's just, I encourage you to come out and see for yourself the passion that we have and the family environment that we have here, and how important it is to us to provide safety for our clients and to make them feel welcome and valued.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I know that you got to break away for your next class. Yes. So I'll see you later, and thank you so much. You guys, that was great information. I'll see you. Bye, Belinda. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Bye.
Bye.
So you guys, I pray that you got all of that information like I was sharing earlier. It will be posted. The contact information for Belinda will be posted for Club and Cycle, that is, will be posted on this interview right here. And I'm just excited for her. I'm excited to for where they're going, the pace that they're going and everything. I pray that, anybody who is thinking of going into business, who is especially if you have reservations about it, take some notes from what Belinda shared on tonight to keep on going amidst a pandemic. And no, it's not a totally rare thing, but in the midst of a pandemic, when the executive orders and mandates started coming down and they were supposed to open their doors, they had to close or keep them closed. They couldn't open in the traditional way that they had planned. They had to go back, restructure, rewrite and change their whole plan, and they did it, and they were able to open and overcome the challenge that the pandemic presented in its initial stages. They come full circle, one whole year on April 1st, and congratulations to them. If you guys have any other questions or anything for Belinda, the information will be on this channel, and you are free to write it down and use it as you will. But the website is clubandcycle.com. When you go to the website, and I've been on it a couple of times, when you go to it, it's very informational. Everything that she shared about what they're doing to protect their customers, clients, themselves, what have you, is outlined on the website. The family environment, you get that. At least I did when I went on the website. And it's just very inviting. So I do urge you to go. I am going to take some time and go by there because I don't know, thinking about myself and what I'm going through with my knee, I've just been so, I don't want to do anything if I can't do these things and the other. So I am with walking. I've also noticed that as much as you walk, when you start, it increases your endurance to walk. And I do have a physical therapist. My physical therapist has encouraged me to start walking, whether it's a short walk or a long walk. And so whatever ailments that you have, if you're seeing a professional, definitely confide in them concerning whatever you may be feeling, even if you have apprehensions to things, consult with them so that they can give you some professional advice about your personal situation, because they know you, they've been working with you. They can help you with making decisions, especially what type of exercises can I do exercise, what type of exercise. And I'm only speaking on this right now due to the fact that I am faced with this myself right now. So what kind of exercises should I do? Because at first I was like, oh, I'm not exercising. But if y'all was to see the old girl, yeah, Corona weight and not exercising, not working out, it's not working out. I don't like it one bit. So I gotta get moving. I've got to get moving. And I'm going to keep on going, because once I get started, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. I'm in it. I'm in it after that. So that's it for us. I will post all the information that I have for Belinda, for Club and Cycle, and I will also prayers going out to George Floyd's family, the community, and all of us. We know what we saw. Sometimes I'm like, are you trying to convince me that I didn't see what I know I saw on TV? I know what I saw, so prayers, many, 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 many prayers of comfort and all of that stuff going out to George Floyd's family, to the community, the city, the state, and then everyone was impacted. There's something, everyone was impacted. Everyone was traumatized by this act. So just prayers out to them, prayers out to, to everyone who is facing great challenge, subtle challenge, whatever the challenge is. And in your mind and in your heart, it's a challenge. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you to, for God to give you the strength that you need to press on, to live, right? To live. Because in many cases, sometimes we feel like we can't. Prayers going out to the officer that was killed at the Capitol officer that was killed at the Capitol when the guy rammed his car into the barricade. Prayers going out to his family as well. Man, nobody, nobody sucks for everybody. So prayers going out to them as well, to all of them. And the officer, there was an officer injured as well. I remember it being said and reported. Prayers going out to everyone. And you guys made this be, and it's not the first incident, but made this be like a moment for us to really take in that we have to talk. We have to talk about things, and we can't act like they're not happening or act like, and I know I'm not the first to say, and I definitely won't be the last to say, and I don't vocally talk about everything all the time, but we definitely have to have our spaces and places and people that we can talk to. Outlets are so, so important. Even when things don't, even when my situation won't personally change, being able to vent or voice things is helpful. It is so, so very helpful. And my heart goes out to the young man because he was going through some things. He was going through a lot of things. Not to say he didn't have a loving family, not to say that, I don't know, he didn't have people who cared. Just to say that, wow, we have to talk about things, and we have to have a place to do that, and comfortable spaces to do that. And we have to be comfortable with one another. We have to, yeah, we are each other's keepers, you guys. We are. We are. Not saying that may not have saved his situation, and not saying that that is the antidote for everything, but it sure is helpful. It sure is helpful. I have a lot of people I can attest to that. I know a lot of my clients can attest to that as well. My previous clients. But you guys stay loving one another, stay kind to one another. Peace and blessings to you all. I'm out of here. Quick show. Thank you, Belinda, so much for stopping by, for sharing with us Club and Cycle, all of the awesome and wonderful things that are going on there. She shared with us some of the challenges that they face and how they overcame them. So if you missed that part of the interview, please go back, please watch it, please share it with your family, with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. There are other videos as well, other interviews as well with other Black business owners. Brilliant and Black excellence. I mean, I just love it all. I like to put people up front and talk about them, and just put us on notice. It's kind of like putting us on notice just to know the businesses that are in our area, Baltimore and beyond. It doesn't just stop here, Baltimore and beyond. So I am just blessed, and I'm overwhelmed with happiness and look, just in a congratulatory attitude for all of the great things that are going on for each and every business owner, whether you've been here with me or not, because you'll be coming soon. You'll be coming soon. If you have Black excellence that you'd like to chat with us about, let me know about it. Send me an email message at catwellnesscoach1@gmail.com. I am on Instagram, KW Emerge Wellness. Cat Wilson, Cat Chats One. Hey, I got a lot of aliases. It's all good. DM me at Cat Wilson. Any way that you can. I am available through all of those avenues, and I try to make myself available to that. If I don't get in touch with you right away, I will. I will eventually send me another message if you can. Just asking. If not, it's fine. I will get back to each and every one of you as soon as I possibly can. Believe me, I'm not ignoring anybody. Thank you so much for joining. and have a wonderful Wednesday night. Be safe, you guys. Stay prayed up and keep helping and loving one another. I pray that you have a safe night and a wonderful rest of the week. Good night.